Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Young Voices of the North podcast. I'm Nemrembe. I'm joined here with Eniola, and today we will be talking about the future of the podcast. So, Eniola, why don't you take it from here?
So on May 31st, we'll be opening applications to join the YVON podcast. We're looking for young leaders in our community who are willing to take on podcasting. So, really, we're looking for people who can commit to being a member of this podcast, even if that means dedicating around 3 hours a month to podcasting.
So really this isn't a huge time commitment because we understand what it's like to be busy. We are also very busy people. But really just if you're thinking of taking on a new extracurricular, something different maybe you want to try, this is a really good opportunity for that. Like beforehand, Aniel and I both didn't do any kind of podcasting.
Yeah.
So this was new to us when we both started, but we've learned lots of things from it. We've gotten to do other projects like when we did our live event. So if you're really looking to get involved in your community, this is also a great way to do that. And we're also looking for people with new ideas. So if you have any different ideas of how we can make different episodes or any other projects, that's also great. And just pro tip for anyone who's going to be in grade 12 soon, or even eventually when you're applying for scholarships and things like that, this is something that you can put on there. They love when you're really involved in your community and doing things outside of school. It's one thing to do extracurriculars. Oh, I cannot speak today. In school, but outside of school as well.
Also, this podcast was really good on my resumes when I was applying for programs and things, which you guys will probably be hearing more about. But if you're really looking for something to put on applications or resumes, this is a really good opportunity.
And also, if you're looking to strengthen any leadership kind of skills, things like that, there's definitely the opportunity for that here. If you demonstrate really good leadership qualities, you can be we don't like to say that we have a leader of the group per se, but there is one person who might be the main contact when we're working with other people, things like that. And so you would be able to do that. So that involves talking to others, or you send out the messages hey, this is when our next meeting is, things like that. And that also just prepares you for real life as well, for whenever opportunities like that may arise, then you know you have this experience, you know how to work around it, things like that.
Yeah, even though we don't have a leader per se, we do have different roles. So we will be sending out applications that you guys can fill out. And in those applications, you can choose which sort of role suits you better. Because we're not only looking for hosts, people who will be speaking on the podcast and interviewing others, we're also looking for people who are interested in editing, which is what I'm doing right now, but obviously I won't be here forever. So we're looking for people who are interested in editing and also social media management. So that means posting on our Instagram or maybe even reaching out to people. So for people who are interested in the editing role, just for your information, we do use the Audacity software and we do use other softwares, but really that'll be a thing that if you apply and you are selected, we're not just going to throw you the laptop and expect you to understand what to do. There will be kind of an onboarding. But yeah, we use Audacity. So if you have any experience with Audacity, that is really good for your application. So, about the applications. On May 31st, which is when this podcast episode will be releasing, that is when the applications will be open. So for the applications, there'll be a Google form where you can answer a bunch of questions. For the questions, there are some sort of long form questions. So if you want, you can type out your answers on a separate Google Doc, copy paste them into it. And once you fill out your application, do you want to speak more about the process?
Okay, so you fill out the questions. They're really just more so about yourself and your experience. So you have nothing to worry about. You don't need to really know anything super specific. And then we'll go over the applications. And if we see some applications we like, those people will be contacted and selected to come on to our August episode. So you can just see how the flow goes, see if you like it, see whether you want to be a host or you want to do more of the editing, things like that. And then those who are selected for that will then be part of our team, and we will notify